and watching on TV and first time caller.
Thank you. Glad you. I don't know why people wait so long to call. I'm glad you're out there. Glad you're with us.
We should really call
Don't be
them.
so shy next time. Call anytime.
We love Sean Hannity.
Hey, so I want to go back to the conversation you guys had last
The good news is...
question. I haven't seen, listened to a lot of the networks and a lot of talk shows, and I haven't really heard anyone discuss what the legal recourse there is for people like Peyton Clark or Cunningham for when these cheap shots are taken, the referees, the league, no one's protecting them. If I remember correctly, Caitlin even hurt her back after that the fist in the throat maneuver a couple months ago. What does anybody, or do you have, or have you talked to any lawyers to see what potential recourse there is legally if the league doesn't protect them?
You know, look, I mean, you're playing a sport, and the last thing I'd really want to have happen is AGs get involved. Like, I'm a big hockey fan, and one of the biggest parts of hockey, and, you know, people can say, oh, I wish they weren't fighting in hockey,
Madonna,
but you're in any place, watching a hockey game, any stadium around the country, I'm telling you, the crowd loves it. It's a part of the game. It always has been. And no big deal. I mean, they don't let them kill each other. Eventually the refs will separate them. But it's a part of the game. I mean, in baseball, a pitcher hits a batter. Sometimes the bench is, you know, empty and they have a little bit of a brawl. They go back and play the game. It doesn't offend me that kind of thing happens. Look, here's the thing. The biggest problem that the WNBA now has is they can't and won't define what a woman is. This is the WNBA. It's not that complicated, and they're scared to death to take a simple stand on a simple issue.
So this thing's
which
like,
to me tells
what
you
is
everything
the
you need to
difference
know.
between a male and a female?
I agree with you 100%, Sean. You know, there's inherent risks with any sport, but I think when you disregard the rules, and I'm going to throw into it now that you're potentially going to have men doing the same thing, and there's an injury that results as of it, it's not from the sport, it's from the dirty plays that are being allowed only to certain players, against certain players, and I think that in my opinion, there's some accountability that is required, because if we just made this a free-for-all, it wouldn't be basketball anymore. I still understand there's hard hits, but these are blatant, flagrant, you know, trying to injure them.
So, we are always talking about the industrialized Beeville secret. Well, I know Sean would be like, what's this? I like this. Last time we were talking to somebody on the radio, I think it was Dave Ramsey, so he was like, whoa, this is legit. and so he's my money man. But Sean is my, I guess you could say, press. So there's an Amish, a really big one, and I've been trying to figure out, you know, Beeville. Now, what is this? So we were talking about the Spanish at one time, probably indigenous, and then it became really religious, to the point that I think that the Amish people, they have been given a lot of benefits in this town as well. That's great. Like, they make stuff, and they have a whole living setup, and it's something that everybody in this city is like, oh, okay, whatever. And but now I'm thinking about it, and it's like, I wonder how they, you know, like, you can see them, there's places at like the supermarket that they can put their horses and stuff. I know, what a cool different kind of a lifestyle. I just wish I knew the history with Beeville and that, because you don't hear about them, like, really. I think about Kingpin. What's up, Bill Murray? I love it. Well, anyways, they have really good honey. So I thought about maybe driving out there. I've only been once when I was a child, and it was like all me being dumb and ignorant. thinking like I was who I am, but look at me now, like under, like even worse. It's like I might go stop over there on the way back and never go back if they would allow it. I wonder what kind of, like, I don't know, what kind of, I've seen things on the internet, but I never watched it, if that makes sense. Sorry, Sean, but I know it's coming up pretty soon, so I might actually, there's a sign and everything, and you know how we are, well, I don't want to give up, say too much. We're gonna have a playlist, the Industrial Blueprint. So I'm sure that there was Amish people or whatever believed in this that were here, and they're like, "Who are you guys?" And they're like, "There's probably people from, Washington type." That's why our downtown emerges from, it forks from Old St. Mary's, which is a religious road, and we've been talking about the road systems, to Washington. So I know, we have a float in the Macy's Day Parade. I don't think anybody in my area, South Texas, actually, I'm going to be a hypocrite. I've been seeing some YouTubers on South Texas, like, going to the beach and making it look really nice, and I was like, aw, my dream was to, because, when you're on YouTube and you're like, Beeville? What? And then it's like, well, what if it was in really good quality? That would be awesome. Anyway, so, and then on top of it, if I was like, Beeville has a float in the Macy's Day Parade, and it's like, that's pretty amazing, because there's people that are in other schools that show up in their marching band, but they don't have a float, So I wonder if that is the industrial. Oh, I think I missed the road. Hey, that's not fair. Darn. Darn. I actually wanted to go. I was feeling, I call this person, I don't know what there's a place that you can get stuff for printing and stuff, in the same building as Beeville's Masonic Lodge. And I ain't talking about anything Mason, like, usually people turn their heads up and whatnot, but I call him my apprentice, get it? So me and him would talk whenever I was a kid, and I would have to go to drop off stuff there. Anyways, I would love to, I would have loved to have been able to drive. Possibly, I haven't been there since I was a child. There was a little sign I was going to show y'all that showed, anyways, so, what's up, Goliath? I know, I was doing some research of, like, how, like, Houston and Galveston, I could see how these people that were bringing their ships and landing them, I think in Corpus's area, and that's where I was, like, around, I guess we're South Texas to, like, San Antonio area. I think they were fighters. I don't think the people up north could beat them. I think they had an advantage, which is pretty cool. All the way to San Antonio, and that's where San Antonio, we've talked about how even the city structure, so like how we were talking about Sir Christopher Wren had to redesign London and basically started the roads that San Antonio even utilizes. But I was looking at the map, and I love how there are some uniqueness to San Antonio. So they kind of were like, hold on, yo, we now understand how roads, we want to keep it in our heritage as well. So I was like, this is beautiful to actually, like, I don't know, like, San Antonio is the Alamo is the most seen thing in the United States, and it's stuff that we don't take for granted. We take for granted and whatnot, but the Alamo maybe. See, Sean would be like, this is logic from... Oh, sorry, Starbucks is talking.
I think you should, but you might get some nasty glares from some of those Californians out there.
Yeah, we might. Listen, Sean, I called in to talk to you because we feel like you're family.
Oh, yeah,
and
for real.
then when I listen to you talk about the idiots that are running for office in this country right now, and then the Women's Basketball League, we actually watched a little of our very first game on TV last night after all this controversy and that they can't come up with the definition of a woman. Then I think about what I wanted to talk to you about the other day when I was coming down the road and I was listening to you, and like I said, we feel like you're family. I'm 76. I'm the grandmother of 5. Born in...
Well, God bless you. I mean, do you like being a grandparent?
Oh my gosh, the best thing in the whole world. I thought it...
Everyone says that, but why do I not want to be a grandparent one day? I just don't.
Oh my gosh, they come to your house, they're thrilled to be there. It doesn't matter what you feed them. They want to spend time with you. You go outside with them, you meet them. I have one granddaughter, she loves it when we meet in town and have lunch.
Right there?
It really is. Even if you enjoyed raising your kids, and we raised our kids mostly rural, and then we moved them to the city, bless their
Or maybe
hearts.
it's right here.
But your grandkids they're just a great joy. They really are. And that's really why I
Sorry
called you.
about the camera. Oh, is it
You
right here?
remember our wonderful president
Darn.
my very first presidential election was John Kennedy. And
So there's our little
I was in
airport.
8th grade,
So here's the
and I
joke.
remember when
You
he
see
was
that
shot.
thing?
But he said, ask not what your country can do
Well,
for you, but
my
what you
city
can do for your
probably
country.
deserves an
And
airport
I think
that
about
big.
all the people and all the things that are going on, and we've
But
lost 7 million
at our backyard there
acres of forest
is
this summer.
an extremely huge area. I know, an
The
industrial.
science of forestry
So it
is
was like,
discussed,
oh
and
my
they've got
goodness!
reservoirs that are
Actually,
empty, and they
Air
have
Force One
fire
landed,
hydrants
and
that are
it's on
empty,
the other
and
side of
Gavin's
town.
nowhere to be found. He's too busy
Which is
selling
so
books
cool
and
to
his
think about
podcasts,
because,
traveling the world and trashing me
like
and
I
Trump.
said, as a whole life, I
Well,
was
when
like,
I turned on the TV
this
the
city
other day, and there he
sucks.
sat, I call him the hand guy.
But that's awesome stuff
And he was sitting there
that I
in
would
a
be proud
restaurant
of.
interviewing Gretchen
Anyways,
Whitmer.
back
We have
to
got to get rid of
Sean,
him.
our
We have
friend.
Well, he's leaving. He thinks he's going to be president. I think by far, I don't think Polly Margaret's wrong. I think AOC is the front runner, so I wouldn't worry about Gavin being president anytime soon.
AOC has never gotten a piece of written legislation through for anything. How can that girl who can't even tell you which hemisphere been
You raise good question, but, stranger things have happened. How can the guy with the highest income taxes, sales taxes, gas taxes, the highest poverty rate, the highest homeless rate, no water in reservoirs or fire hydrants for predictable wildfires, how does that guy get a promotion? I mean, it would be frightening. That's why I'm again urging all of you in this great, loyal, incredible audience to please, just commit in your heart, mind, and soul you're going to vote. That's the only way we're going to stop this madness. Fran, hang in there. I am glad you called, and please call anytime and tell the grandkids, give them a kiss from
Isn't
Uncle
there
Sean,
some
please.
kind of under like?
One's 25 and he owns
Sorry,
his
I
own pool
can't take
business
that.
in Florida.
Love that. Well, he lives in the free state of Florida. Smart kid. I'm telling you, Florida's beautiful. Florida is everything you have in California and then some, except the Pacific Coast Highway, which you can go out and visit if you want. I appreciate it, Fran. Thank you. Listen, you're excited. You've been dreaming for years.
Hey,
You open the doors
whenever
to your
it
business,
talks,
you have a great
like,
idea, and
she said,
you realize,
what's a boy and a girl?
hurdle I have to get over,
So I
and
guess
government regulation,
she
and
was
that
a
means I
female
need
guest and I'm a male.
insurance and that insurance and another
That's fine with
insurance.
me.
You deal with one agent, another, a third agent. It's like never ending. It's a pain in the neck. And it can be worse than dealing with the healthcare industry. Look, if you have a company, let's say your company has 25 employees,